Good morning. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. We are back again. I hope you are sipping your cup of coffee. I'm taking tea today.
Oh,
yes.
I was going to bring my coffee until I thought there was a ban.
You know, recently, I don't know, for some reason, I love this tea too much. I buy it all the time.
Are you advertising it?
I'm not advertising.
We'll get them to sponsor the show.
Yeah, I think we'll have to go and see the dealer, the person that they supply this tea.
And is it one that you just started drinking recently?
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry, let's introduce the program properly.
Yeah, so we are back. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde, and we have Mam Nabuka here with us. Mam Nabu, good morning, the lady in black.
Good morning. I'm here with my virtual drink.
Oh, your virtual drink. You are part of the virtual crew, Mr. Ade. Where is your drink? You're also virtualizing it?
I ditto with Mam Nabu. You know, this I keep saying to people that this drink is, this show rather, is the equivalent of drinking a morning cup of coffee. So, you know, I can't have that,
you don't want
the real coffee.
You don't want to overdose yourself.
This is it. I can't have this real coffee and this show. That would just be too much for one person to take. But yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Can you believe I'm taking tea without sugar?
Oh,
Mr. Ade, you
my
know,
influence is growing.
well, I'm
same?
trying, but it's difficult for me. Sometimes I can do away with sugar for, you know, a few hours, then later I get into it again.
I haven't had sugar in my coffee for, must be at least 40 years.
I will never
Easily.
understand that. People who drink
Easily.
coffee without sugar,
It
how do you
started-
do it? It's so
in fact,
bitter.
in fact, way more than that. It started when I was in school, and we believed that you drink coffee, you'd stay up to study. So I
Yeah.
was at a boarding school,
Okay.
Christ the King College, and everybody that for 6 years it had the best results in the country, and they wanted to keep it that way. So so it's very intense. Like, you know, you couldn't go to sleep, and then, you know, you see all your mates studying. So we then started drinking coffee, and I just got into the habit of drinking it without sugar.
Okay.
And it stayed with me.
Mr. Adedrame, I think the drug law enforcement agency should conduct an investigation. But that's drug, you know.
Like, seriously.
Caffeine.
Yeah, I can take it without sugar, man.
Yeah.
I have to put some. Mr. Mboj also is used to it without sugar.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so on the program, we'll take a look at the African Code, the newspaper review with Mr. Adedrame. We'll be talking to Kalia Group. Opticalia, they will be here. They have been our partners for a long time.
I remember back in the day when we started, and I don't know whether I should mention this, but, you know, I went to interview them, and they just asked me and said, you know, would you like a free pair of glasses? I mean, am I going to say no?
Of course not.
I said, heck yes. And they did all the measurements. I was really impressed because I was used to opticians in England. And honestly, these guys were of the same quality in terms of all the tests that they ran, the measurements they took. I was highly impressed.
Are you bifocal or?
No. I just have reading glasses.
Or reading?
I mean, for example, I can take this away and I can read everything. I can even read
Oh,
this.
you can read this?
I can even read this
without
my glasses.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's cool. So we'll also be looking at female aircraft fueler.
The only one.
Yes, the only one. We have, you know, challenging the status quo in a male-dominated
It's quite
field.
fascinating.
Yeah.
And she's
So
the only female.
we'll take a look at that, you know, as well. But first, Mam Nabu, this proverb is repeated on several occasions.
And, you know, yesterday, the proverb we had was from the Gambia, right? And Mr. Bush was talking about whether it's Mandinka, Fula, and today we have another proverb that's from the Gambia, that is not specifying.
And we had another one, I think it was in Monday or whenever, which just said the Gambia.
We need to start
Gambia is not a
specifying
language?
stuff.
I'm not trusting
Or
this
an ethnic
proverb.
group.
Yeah.
So what's this one, ma'am?
So today the proverb reads, when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Strong foundation, I believe.
Totally.
Yeah.
End of story.
Foundation is important in anything. Anything that you do, a strong foundation is
Very key.
key.
Yeah, it's like going into exams, for example. If you know that you have studied well, trust me,
You're
I
confident.
remember this. You'd go in with a swagger, like you're not even scared. You know, a lot of people go in, ooh, but trust me, if you know, like I was saying about, you know, the school I went to and people were studying,
Yeah.
we went into our exams with the swagger, like, you know what, bring it on, because I've studied. I've studied. There's nothing you're going to do that's going to surprise me. And that's it. That's the strong foundation, is the amount of study, the work that you put in beforehand, not the kind of last minute trying to cram stuff. It's, the strong foundation that you're building is studying, doing your homework, making sure it's correct when it's, speaking of homework, gosh, that was a nightmare.
Especially as a human being, and then building that type of discipline around reading, preparing for stuff. Because if you don't, when you grow older and you don't have that attitude, it's difficult to keep up with other stuff as well. Because now you're like, now I have to do this, but it's difficult because the foundation is not there. So things are going to start cracking everywhere, falling apart.
It's our chairman, Mja, always talks about discipline.
Yeah.
At the importance of discipline. And it relates to almost everything. You're trying to build a strong foundation. That strong foundation is what is going to carry you through the rest of your life.
You to
you adopt those good habits early on, and you carry them through the rest of your life.
Mr. Adedrame, foundations also can vary from where you are coming from, especially a child growing. Probably you've grown in an environment where your parents don't care much about their children. Maybe when the parent is out from the morning till evening, you don't even know what activities your kids are doing. So every parent need to take heed. Every parent need to focus on those things. That's the foundation of the child.
I hope Usman Jatta, our colleague, is watching this, because we had this discussion and it arose from the exam results.
Right.
And he was saying that a lot of the parents who don't pay attention to their children's schoolwork is because they're too busy. As a parent, you cannot be too busy
for your children.
Children, because you're being negligent. Because check on their homework, check that they're doing their homework, check that they're studying and not spending all their time on TikTok or something. Because when they fail, people will say, oh, their parents didn't take any care. And again, we go back to discipline. Discipline isn't beating your children. Discipline is saying, for us, I hate it when people say, oh, back in my day, well, I'm going to do one of those back in my day. Back in my day, if I did not finish my homework, I didn't watch TV that night. I had to finish my homework and show it to my mother and father. And they would say, okay, you've done your homework, you can watch TV now, switch on the TV. But parents now seem scared to tell their children, put down that mobile phone, stop zooming on TikTok and whatever you're doing, do your homework, do some work, let me see you study. And I said, you're giving them an excuse by saying they're too busy. Too busy doing what? That you neglect your child. And I
read something recently very interesting that I need your thoughts on. Growing up, the way you're raised as a child has an effect on how you go on to behave as an adult. But I read recently that if you reach a certain age, even if you didn't have a good role model for parents growing up, you need to start doing that growing up yourself.
There's a lot of truth in that. And also, sometimes I'm conflicted about this, because you can have children who grow up in the same house with their parents, and yet everybody's an individual.
Yeah, that's true.
We all have different characters. Myself and my siblings, until my brother passed away, there were 5 of us, and we're all very different. Very different. And yet same mother and father, grew up in the same house, had the same upbringing. But we all had our own individual traits. We are an individual person. I'm not
a replica. You were one of the wildest.
Was he?
Yeah.
It was a kind of weird. It was a kind of weird, kind of wildness, because I was very quiet.
I'm very surprised.
Okay, I was very quiet, but I was also very stubborn. And I was quite outspoken. So, for example, if I was in class, because, and I've mentioned this many times.
He mentioned it here, that's why I said
I grew up in a house where we had an encyclopedia, right? And every night we used to challenge ourselves, myself and my brother and sister. We'd do I'm going to read 10 pages from page 110 to 120. I'm going to go through it, and I want you to test me on how much I remember from it. So if I was in class and the teacher said something that I knew was patently wrong, I would say, sorry. That's wrong. But then they would say, oh, you're being insulting.
You've been...
So I was actually, and this is no secret, the very school of which my great-grandfather had once been the principal, I was expelled. Because they said I had been cheeky to the vice principal.
Oh, good God.
They don't like that.
And I hadn't, I swear. I could. It's a long story.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Trust me, take it on my honor that I had not. I just unfairness. My father said something. I wanted to challenge it, and my mother said, "You could challenge it, but then they'll victimize you for the whole year.
Yeah, true.
You could challenge it and win, you know." And my father said, and that's how I ended up going to the school that I mentioned, Christ the King College, which was 180 miles away from Freetown.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a boarding school.
Okay, a boarding school.
But in a way, I ended up being grateful because it was at that school that I kind of shed my shyness about public speaking and so on, because I had to join the debating class and
good God.
debate in front of the whole school, and even better, in front of the whole of the Catholic. It was a Catholic school, the Catholic girls' school. There are times when they would join us for debates, and then of course you had to show off how clever you are.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting, you know, to remember, you know, those good times, you know, growing up. You know, very significant.
But discipline is
absolutely.
It's everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we talk about, you know, so yeah, when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind.
So we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll head to the newspapers. We'll be back.
These tracks have become my wall, my arena of victory and fear. I relentlessly walk, push, strain, and stretched. Moments when every fiber of my being screams, give up. But the fire within me won't let me quit. Despite the burning muscles, in this sport, every moment matters. Every second counts. My failures, my dreams, my pain, my triumphs, they propel me forward beyond all limits. I am Gina Mariam Basbite, and this is Sunyubus.
Welcome back. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. We are back again after that break. So let's take a look at the Standard newspaper. Gajigo's PPA quits merger with GFA. It reminds me of Gambia Ports Authority, sort of GFA, GPA. So these are all political parties in the Gambia. So
we have 24. I did say to the newest member of our team, Fatmata, who just joined us this week, I said, can you name all 24? And she said, I don't think so. I said, you've just given me a quiz that I'm going to set for the whole of the newsroom. There are 24. There was a time when an IEC official had even said that there were another 3 that seems to be in the process of registering, which would have brought the number to 27. For a small country like the Gambia, that's quite a large number of political parties. But, you know, this thing, if we go to the root of it, the alliances and the mergers, there's been a lot of this, what I would call, you know, political musical chairs, where people are kind of moving. So I'm going to link with this one, I'm going to link with that one. What does it mean? I mean, if you look at a lot of the parties that we're mentioning, how many votes did they get at either National Assembly elections or presidential, if they put forward a presidential candidate? So it does make you wonder why people feel the need to, you know, you might have an ideology maybe that you think is worth sort of registering as a political party and then, you know, pursuing that. But
and you know, these parties are different from the movement.
Well, no, I mean, until you register as a party, you can call yourself anything, then, you know, you're registered as a party. So when you say a movement, do you mean like Unite? Unite has transitioned from being a movement to a political party. So it's slightly different. There are others that are still CSOs or just movements or just organizations that are political in nature, but they're not a political party. But people seem to feel the need to register. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's why these mergers and alliances are expected, because when there's an oversaturation of something, people don't know where to focus on, you know. So these alliances are expected. And it's saying Gajigos PPA quits merger. So I guess now they're just looking at the political scene. They sit back and
I think this GPPA.
GPPA?
Is it GPP or PPA?
No,
PPA.
PPA.
Okay.
GFA is Gambia for all.
I'm seeing Bunja Dabo there.
Yeah,
Bunja, he is our grandfather. We've been here since the days of former President
Jawara.
Yeah, so, I mean, I want to understand today, if you've given him the opportunity to rule this country, what is he going to do? How is he going to bring transformation to this country?
Well, you never know. I mean, you have to. That's why we examine and interview people, and we ask them for their ideas.
Yes, yeah.
And we say, well, you know, and you ask that very question, what are you going to bring that you didn't bring before? And of course, anybody, if I were put in that position, I'd say, oh, I've learned a lot since then. I've learned lessons. I realized that we made mistakes. And from those mistakes, I know now what I should be doing. So it's an easy one to answer in a way, really, because anybody who still wants to put themselves forward for, you know, just yesterday we did the story, yesterday or the day before we did the story on, you know, Ishilema. You know,
Yeah.
6 times he tried and failed. I'm like, what? How many times did he try and fail? But so, you know, over time people kind of learn lessons, and they can always come back. And particularly if they can convince people that the message they have is a viable and electable one, you know.
That's why a lot of the times I say that's what political conversation should be about, you know, asking people what they have to offer, put on the table, so people could know, oh, this is what he has to offer, maybe this is why I should give him my vote. But a lot of the times it's just sensationalist talks all the time, and we don't have these conversations, you know.
And, you know, Ma'am is right, because a lot of the political conversation, a lot of politicians now, they've learned certain buzzwords.
Yeah.
Youth empowerment, women's empowerment. The hardest question you can ask any of them is, how are you going to empower women? How are you going to empower youth? How are you going to create more jobs for women? How are you going to create more jobs for youth? Simple question, it sounds like one of the hardest, 2 of the hardest questions to answer. Because talk is cheap. We can all say, if I was in power, I'd create 1,000 jobs or 10,000 jobs. And I said it before when we had the last presidential election. I sent out my guys. I was being a bit naughty, but I said to them, everybody who said they can create jobs, just tell them, ask them, how are you going to create 1,000 jobs? Not 100,000.
150 jobs.
Just, you know, 1,000 is a smallish number, yeah? Nationwide. That's tiny, that's a drop in the ocean. Almost none of them could answer that. But they would say, if I was in power, well, tell us how you're going to do it.
How you're going to do it, yeah.
So the lady with the broom, I mean, she's also doing her campaigns. I mean, Dr. Aissatou Toure, former vice president. And, you know, when I saw her with that broom, I said to the people on Facebook, watch out. Be careful, this broom is very dangerous. It broomed Yahya Jammeh out of office in 2016. So she's repeating the same thing again.
And it's not the first time somebody has used that in an African,
yes.
You know, I'm coming with a new broom to sweep clean. A new broom sweeps clean, as they say. Yeah,
I saw her carry a broom,
it's clever.
And it looks very interesting. You know, and I said to the people, be careful, this broom is very dangerous. That's the broom right here. You see her carry her broom?
Well, there you are. It's a good...
That's the broom here, Dr. Aissatou Toure with her broom.
And it's a good kind of symbol to have.
Yes.
It's an easily identifiable one, and people, and you can explain it in that way. I'm going to sweep everything and sweep and come anew. Yeah.
So Mansali says councillors deserve diplomatic passport to ease overseas networking. Is he speaking from an honest you know, point or an interest-based point?
If you were to start issuing passports to councillors,
standard,
you'd end up with more councillors having diplomatic passports than people having ordinary passports in the Gambia. No, let them go and do their networking as normal as has happened. We haven't heard many tales of councillors being denied visas or stopped at airports or whatever just because they didn't have a diplomatic passport. I don't see there's just too many councillors in the country, and you end up cheapening the diplomatic passport. With all due respect, you know, I don't think so. Certainly not. It's not necessary. It's not needed. Let them network.
Well, I think too a country should be very careful of ushering out a lot of diplomatic pass. You know, we've had incidents like that happen. Even drivers were involved into getting diplomatic passes. So we should be very careful. Diplomatic passes are very, you know, confidential documents. So these papers need to be handled by people that needs to get this.
Yeah, you get issued a diplomatic passport, and I don't know how long are our passports valid for in the Gambia.
5 years.
Is it 5 years? Okay, in UK it's 10 and more.
10 years.
And then you get voted out as a councillor.
And you still carry
your... No, I'm sorry. Not having that. Yeah.
So Dusano explains how he obtained one of Jammeh's tractors. You know, there was a rumor circulating. He took the tractor and, you know, was using it personally without even going through the due process. So it's more of you know, taking a thing that doesn't belong to you.
The whole Gala movement came as a result of the reaction to how Jammeh's assets were disposed of. There were lots of shady deals and dealings, and people were named and shamed because somebody leaked it. Had that leak not happened, we would have been none the wiser. We would have thought everything had been done above board and in a proper fashion.
Absolutely.
But the leak exposed that and gave birth to the Gala movement, Gambians against looted assets for anybody who's outside of the Gambia. And they've since gone on to challenge other things, but that was what gave birth to it. And so people who are accused can come forward and say, okay, I've heard the accusation, well, this is my side of the story. And then it's left for us to judge based on the evidence whether that person is just given an explanation or an excuse. You know, it's you know, the evidence will bear us out. So yeah.
I was gonna say that there has to be like a legal channel that they can use for this explanation, right? Not just put it out there.
It depends. I mean, if for example, you say that the person who has said this has defamed me, then if you have the time and money, you could probably take them to court. You can sue them for defamation or whatever. But to be honest, there aren't that many cases that go through the court to do with defamation. And some of it is to do with the fact that you're having to spend your own money. Yeah. You might sue somebody who is penniless. So even if the court makes a financial award against that person, they probably can't pay you anyway. So these sorts of things tend to stop people from taking cases. So somebody says, I'm going to sue you. Then, yeah, I know in the Gambia people say sue you to court. Well, you can only sue people in court. You can't sue. You can't say I'm going to sue you to hospital or sue you to you know, to school or it's only in court. So you just say I'm going to sue you. But people, it's too much wahala to go through all of that, and also people don't do it. You know? So they use other means, the social media, the newspapers, to get their case and their side of the story across. And that's acceptable enough if you can convince people that what you're saying is true.
It's true, yeah.
So the coalition 2026 to sign political alliance today.
Today, at Benjamin.
I thought they signed something sometime last 2 weeks.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Trust me. Every day somebody's signing something. An MOU, this or that, you know. So don't.
They are confusing me.
They're confusing all of us. It's become like a kind of alphabet soup of, you know, acronyms and initials. Like you were just saying, you know, you saw PPA and GFA, and you're thinking, you know, what do these stand for? There are many, many more. And as I said, there are 24 such parties to grapple with. So yes, you know, one set are signing, another set are saying they've extended. So the one that SFL and others were in, they said they'd extended the time. SFL, UDP and others, they'd extended the time for negotiations while they iron out, as they put it in the press release, issues. So, you know, and then of course you have two distinct camps. You have party-led and candidate-led. And in terms Shakespeare, ne'er the twain shall meet, because it's like, you know, everybody's kind of holding firm to their own position.
So Gambian arrested in Malta over alleged drug trafficking. You know, so I don't know how people manage to, you know, smuggle drugs
all the way to Malta.
I mean,
considering
all this sophisticated technology that you have now.
Yeah, I mean, smuggling drugs, I liken it to people who go on the back way. In Monday's newspaper, we heard a story, 180 feared drowned trying to go on the back way.
Yeah.
Trust me, later that night or the next day, another 180 are trying to go this. They don't care that 180 people drowned. So the ones who are dealing in drugs, they don't care how many people get caught. They always think that they will be the one that will get through. They'll be the exception to that rule. And so we just did a story last night on this guy calling himself KC Luxury, who, amongst other things, had been selling cars to celebrities in Nigeria. This guy was caught with trying to transport. If you see the picture of him and the cocaine, bags of cocaine, please, I tell anybody, go and watch our story.
Where was he taking
Nigeria. He was trying to, they said he was trying to take it to, you know, they didn't say where exactly, but he was trying to get it shipped somewhere else, and he was trying to flee the country because he'd booked a flight to Paris. But I don't think that's where the drugs were destined for, because they said the drugs were destined for America, Asia, and Europe. And huge amount of drugs. And this guy, they seized like 12 cars, like high-end cars, each one costing over $1 million at the house. Of course, that doesn't prove he's guilty, but he's been saying he's a businessman and nobody knows what business he's in, and yet he managed to become a billionaire in Nigeria.
Yeah. So I think...
in fact, one of our colleagues
boys should be very
told me that he actually follows him on... I'm like, no, I won't name the person, but he was like, oh no, I follow this guy on social media.
Yeah. Something happened when I was coming from Istanbul, coming back to the Gambia. There's a young man that made me very uncomfortable. I was at the Istanbul airport, and we were trying to board the flight. He gave me his bag and said, can you please help me? My bag
That's the one thing you don't do.
He said, I carried a lot of bags, so I want you to help me carry this. I was so uncomfortable.
Trust me, I'm telling you, you carried it here, carry it to wherever you're going. I'm not touching it.
So I took the risk.
You took the what?
I took the risk.
You took the bag?
I took the bag.
I would never do that.
You know, Gambians have been very lenient. I took the bag and helped him carry the bag to inside the plane. You know, but it made me very uncomfortable. I was like, okay, this guy want to use me as a scapegoat.
Trust me, if my colleague and friend Lamin Manga is watching this, he will tell you of an instance where I was arrested and detained at Banjul Airport.
Here?
Here.
Okay.
And if I tell you why, and this is not a lie, there was a woman who was on my flight, and she had 3 small children. I think the eldest probably could only be about 5 or 6. So as we were coming down the plane, she said, do you mind carrying this bag and 2 of my children? So I had 1 child on each, and then I carried down. So when I got down, they called me aside. And I said, is anything the matter? The guy was like, yeah, you were behaving suspiciously. I said, pardon? I said, what? She said, and they said, we saw you take that bag and those children. I said, I was just being a gentleman. I was just helping her. I said, she was really struggling. They kept me in this room for about an hour.
Oh my God.
Investigating,
because they were waiting for my luggage to be, and so they could bring it. They opened it, saw all my recording equipment, said, so what are you? I said, I'm a journalist. They said, are you here to do a story? I said, no, I'm on holiday, but any journalist, you go with your tools just in case you see a story. And they said, where are you staying? And I just said, I'm staying with my cousin Lamin Manga. Suddenly there was silence in the room. Lamin Manga is your cousin?
Yeah.
I completely straight face. I said, yeah. I said, he's probably waiting for me outside. All of a sudden, they were full of apologies.
Yeah.
Packed my bag. But you know the funniest thing? One of them carried my suitcase on his head.
And help you carry it.
So out. And Lamin was there waiting, and he was like,
okay,
dude, you have a story to tell me. Because what's this? Why is
that's
some
abnormal.
security guy carrying?
Yeah.
You know, but no, these suspicious things at airports. So we hear about this person being arrested. But Mom is right. You never take that, no matter how plausible the person seems in the explanation.
And I don't even know the guy. We just met. He said he's a Senegalese. Can you imagine? You know, it made me very uncomfortable, but I did it anyway.
You survived.
And God helped me.
Indeed, Allah was on your
otherwise,
side.
they would have called you people here and tell you, Balde is transporting drugs now. He's smuggling. I'm not going to do it.
And that's the fear we all have, because we've all heard stories where people who have been arrested say, you know, somebody at the airport asked me to carry this, and I picked it. So it's always a fear.
And you know, when you are in trouble, that person will behave
They'll
as
disappear.
if they don't even know you.
They don't know you. Like,
you know, so
who
that
are you
is
talking to?
That is what it is. Announce presidential result before IEC. UDP plans to announce 2026 presidential results before IEC.
Mam Nabu, do you want to have a go at this one
The
first?
Foroyaa newspaper.
We were discussing it before we came on air.
How are they going to do that?
I have the same question.
Provincial results?
But I think you were talking about how they're not legally prevented from doing that.
Yeah, there's a convention that we all buy into where we don't do it. Yeah? But the IEC will have a tough time proving in court that somebody has broken the law. Because everybody has bought into the convention that the IEC are the only ones who can issue an official result. And because there have been instances, so I gave the example of Sierra Leone, where what the APC did when they were in opposition, at each polling station, the votes are counted, because we had enough of this nonsense about we were taking them to headquarters and the vehicle overturned and all the votes fell into the river. So they stopped that and said, where you vote is where they count. So what the agents did for the party, the law says once they've counted and it's been signed by the returning officer, they affix, as in stick, a copy of that outside the polling booth so anybody can see. So they went around and took pictures, sent it to headquarters. They have their own radio station. They started announcing the results before the returning officer had called everybody and announced it.
Oh, wow.
UDP could do the same.
That's crazy.
The thing is, as a result of
quickly, the time is up.
The time is up?
I don't know whether it's transparency. It's about, if you do that, it's because you don't trust the process.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why you don't trust the process when each party is allowed to have an agent at the count.
A returning officer.
Yeah, not a returning. Returning officer is the IEC official. But you are allowed to have an agent who will observe the count. And if you see anything dodgy going on, they can
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade, for
a pleasure, sir,
reviewing the stories with us.
Thank you.
I think the newspaper review should go now at least for an hour so that we can have more conversations, because we have a lot of stories to
lot of stories we didn't cover. It's true. But you know, time has been our enemy, and we have to respect the fact that we have other guests who are waiting to come on.
So we'll be right back after the break. Then we'll be talking to Kalia Group. You know, they'll be here to tell us what they do and what are they up to, some of the things, some of the special services they're offering. So we'll be right back after the break.
Join your biggest network with the cheapest tariff in the Gambia and enjoy crystal clear calls and super fast internet at the cheapest tariff, only with QCell. Rush now and grab your free QCell SIM card today from any of our care centers near you. QCell, the biggest network with the cheapest tariff. QCell Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome to the QCell 5G Gaming Hub, powered by ultra-fast 5G connectivity from QCell, the fastest network in the Gambia. No lag, no limits, just pure performance. Multiple PlayStations, Xbox racing with full car wheel control, and immersive virtual reality experiences that put you inside the action. Play the biggest titles, FIFA, Call of Duty, NBA 2K, Street Fighter 6, Forza, and many more. Experience gaming like never before. The QCell 5G Gaming Center is open weekdays from 12 p.m. and weekends from 11 a.m. Closed Tuesdays. For bookings and inquiries, call 381-0008. The QCell 5G Gaming Hub. Not just gaming. This is the ultimate gaming experience.
Q Money is changing the game with mobile money payment. Now, you can pay your QCell mobile broadband plan faster, easier, and way more convenient with your Q Money wallet. Just open the Q Money app or dial *323#. Select option 4 to buy or pay your broadband plan in seconds. No stress, no lines, no last-minute panic. Whether you're streaming your favorite shows, browsing the web, or working from home, stay connected without missing a beat. Stay connected the easy way with QMoney's QCell mobile broadband payments anytime, anywhere. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Senior Carpet. Terms and conditions apply.
In December 2026, Gambians head to the polls to choose a president, and history may hang in the balance. As the day draws near, every week, right up to Decision Day, QTV will lead the political conversation. And nobody breaks it down like QTV. Our team of experts will help you understand the results as QTV brings you Decision 2026. A weekly program dissecting the issues, driving the debate, and giving Gambians a front row seat to the hottest topics for the defining election of our time. Hear differing views, put forward and challenged, manifestos dissected and explained. Stay informed, stay engaged. Stay tuned to QTV for everything you need to know about this year's election. Decision 2026, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Only on QTV.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply. Browse Bitus. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25. Yes! Recharge $25 and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m.
Today's
Oh, is that the welcome back? I didn't even notice. I didn't hear my director talking. Oh, Buff is the director. He was the one talking, and
right.
Yeah. So we are back. This is QTV this morning. Now let's head to the other segment of this program. We have Kalia Group, Opticalia. We have Aji Marie Sian, Sales Associate. Of course, Dauda Jangom. Okay. You're welcome to this program. It's good to have you people here.
Okay, it's a pleasure coming here.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, all right. It's been a long time.
Yes, it's me.
Yes, we miss you people on this platform, huh?
It's been 3 years, I believe so.
3
Oh,
years?
You didn't come here for 3 years? Oh, that's a long time. What have you people been doing?
Is
I
it?
came here, I think, last year.
Last
Is it?
year?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Well, even last year is a
was
long
the last-
time.
I was the last that came here
Oh,
last year.
yeah. I was here 3 years ago.
Okay, what have you people been doing at that tropical mall? Tropics, is it Tropics?
Yes, it's
Yes,
perfect.
What have you
Tropics.
people been doing all these years? You've not, visited us at least once.
We're preparing ourselves to be back here.
Okay.
And then so that the last time, our last visit will be different from this one. So that's why you
Yeah.
guys haven't seen us for a while.
So when you mention Opticalia, the mental picture that you have is hearing and seeing.
Yes.
So let's talk about the importance of testing, taking care of your eyes, even if you have good eyes.
Yes. You know, a clear vision doesn't determine a healthy eye doesn't determine the clear vision. Because someone can be seen, but underlying medical condition can be detrimental to their eye health. That is, someone will be seen, thinking that they're seen perfectly like that. But there are certain underlying eye conditions that normally hampers the perfect vision. Like if the eye is, for example, if you wake up early in the morning, the first thing that you do is you open your eyes.
True.
And from that minute, throughout the day, the eye is been doing the heavy duty of the vision up till the time you are going to bed. So actually, people will be tending to see things, but the perfect vision is hampered by certain underlying eye conditions.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, for people, most of the time, they wait until it's too late. Your eyes are blurry, you can't see. I did the same thing. I waited till when I sit from a distance, I can't see anything. I was like, oh, now it's time to go check my eye. What importance is it to come in early? And why Opticalia? What services do you guys have to offer?
So usually in the society, many people will be like, oh, I don't think I have an eye issue. My eye is perfect. Anything that is afar, I can see clearly. But then when you sit behind the phoropter, whereby you are tested to see where the level of vision is, then that's when you realize, oh, like I was only straining my eyes. If I remove my glasses now, I will see distance, but if I wear it, it will be much better. So there's going to be a lot of difference. So it's like, it's very good to check your eyes regularly. There are certain conditions that doesn't grow overnight. It's there, but then with a regular eye checkup, you can know when it started, how it's going. So like with Opticalia, anytime someone comes in and say, oh, I'm here, I just want glasses because I use the screen. The first thing we do is we ask, do you have any eye pain? Do you want to do eye exam? At least to check if you don't have any eye issues, because some people come, they don't have prescriptions. So if you don't, we'll let you know, oh, you don't have prescriptions, but then this is protective glasses that can protect you from the screens, from light, because we have different treatments. But then if you have a prescription, we'll tell you, oh, you have this prescription, and then you need to wear glasses in order to protect yourself from the screen. The sun, Gambia is heated. So we need photochromic glasses to protect us from the sun. But then we have the concept of, if I wear glasses, I will not be seeing again. I will be blind forever. But
I've heard people say that a lot, that wearing glasses makes it worse. I hear that a lot. Also, even when you do have glasses, checking up regularly should still be a thing, yeah?
Very
Yes,
important.
It's really important because doing a regular test can help you to determine how far you are seeing and how perfect your vision is. For example, people with underlying health conditions, it is normally detected early when you do a considerable routine eye test that determines, like, for example, people with high blood pressure, people with glaucoma, and at the same time, with people with diabetes. By doing your routine regular eye tests can help you to determine, and from the first instant, an eye test, a considerable eye test can give you the determination that if someone is having an underlying medical condition. You understand? By looking at the fundus, it gives you certain informations that is linked to a particular eye condition. That is, some people coming with blurry vision, like people with diabetes, they always complain of blurry vision. And most cases, 80% of low vision problems are curable or prevented if someone is visited the optometrist or the ophthalmologist as early as possible. It can be determined and protected to maintain the full vision for the rest of the person's life. But sometimes, in some cases, people are sometimes very, very negligent of their medical health. They will be sitting, encountering certain symptoms without taking the responsibility to go and visit a medical practitioner. And by doing so, doing your regular tests as prescribed, you can easily detect a symptom of a severe eye condition that can be protected. But doing so in the late stage cannot be reversed. And that is a risk, especially in this present generation of digital age. People are working with computers. Kids are using their laptops or they are using their iPads. That light coming from that screen is also not friendly to the eye. This is why, even without having any eye condition, to protect the eye from those electronic gadgets, you need to have lenses that are photochromic at the same time with blue light filter. That helps you to control that amount of light coming from the digital devices, which is very, very important.
Yeah, so how often should elders check their eyes?
Regularly, in optics, people from 65 and above are always advised to do their tests every 6 months, minimum. But with kids, like every school-going kids, for example, 4 of every 4 school-going kids, 1 is having an underlying medical condition without being detected. They also are expected to do their routine checkup every 1 year.
Okay.
But the age from 25 to 50 are regularly doing their tests every 2 years to determine the state of their eyes so that they can be protected. For example, as I said, the workforce, that is from that bracket, 25 to 65. In this present age, we are working in the digital age. You need glasses to protect your eyes. Sitting there, thinking that you are seeing very clear, whilst you are stressing the muscles of the eyes, is not helping. Okay. If you neglect it in the early stage, where you will need the glasses will be no more effective for you. So it is important to ease the pressure onto the muscles of the eyes so that you can see very clear.
But we've also seen people that lived for almost 100 years and they've never encountered any eye problem. So what do you think those people have been doing?
If the person didn't visit an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, cannot be determined by just seeing like that. You know, sometimes people will be telling you, as I say, having a clear vision, that doesn't mean that the eye is healthy.
Oh, okay, it's different.
You understand? You can see very clear, whereas there is an underlying eye issue that is deteriorating your vision. If not detected early, then it can cause severe eye conditions.
Thank you. So let's engage Ajim Mari on this.
Are there any particular complaints when people come in that you deal with more than the other when it comes to eye issues?
People wait until to the extent that they feel pain. They feel itchy eyes, they have itchy eyes, and then be like, oh, now I just woke up in the morning and my eye, I feel like something is there, it feels like a sign. That's something that has been there maybe. But then now we're, as my colleague said, we're in a digital world whereby we're all on our phones. Imagine it's 12 a.m., you're inside your room, the lights are switched off, but your phone is on. That's very unhealthy for the eye, but then we still do it till today. And then that's something whereby it can cause harm in the eye because of the light. You don't, oh, I reduce my brightness, but then still you're straining your eyes and you wake up with a headache. Oh, I have headache, maybe it's, I haven't eaten much, maybe it's just, no. Maybe it's because of you were straining your eyes on the screen. So like, some people come, oh, I have blurry vision. Oh, I've been having headaches lately, but I don't know. Go get glasses. No, let me just go to the pharmacy and then I will have a medication because it has nothing to do with my eye. So most of the complaints that we receive is blurry vision, headache, itchiness. It's like itchy eyes. And then when we have some of these conditions, we refer them to the ophthalmologist. Because if you come and you have itchy eyes, it's more than just the vision. probably the eye is infected. Probably you have an infection in the eye that can cause your eye being itchy most of the time. So these are the complaints we receive.
You know, people do this a lot, going outside, getting reading glasses without prescriptions. Talk to us about that. What are the dangers of that? Why should people avoid it?
Because it's like you go to the market and say, oh, I just need reading glasses. You just wear one, whereby, oh, I'm able to see the letters, and you take it. It's not healthy because you are not being prescribed for that particular degree. Because when it comes to prescription, it's numbers.
Yeah.
So then if you are wearing +2 as a number, but you go and buy +3, you won't see. But then at the end of the day, you will have headache. So it's not healthy. It's rather you go do an eye exam. Go check your eyes. It's very important. Check your eyes, get your right prescription, and wear the right prescription. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Let me elaborate on that. Like, for example, the eye is tested, and the prescription is always determined by the condition of the eye. So going to the side road seller selling glasses, they just give you the glasses, put it on, then just look at the marks on your palm, and that's very risky. You can be overcorrected. You can get glasses that is beyond your actual prescription, and that can cause an extra problem other than solving your reading problems.
Okay.
You understand? For example, as it goes, people encounter headaches. One, with their glasses. One, there are certain important things that should be considered, because the glasses you are buying, the quality of the lenses there is really important.
Yeah.
The quality of the lenses are very, very important. You get the glasses, it's much more cheaper, but the molding of the lenses could be detrimental to someone's vision, depending on the quality of the lenses. There are certain centrations that need to align with someone's eyes. For example, in Opticalia, all those parameters are respected.
Okay.
Because you can correct someone's vision, but having those parameters in contradiction of naturally what the eye should accept, that can bring in unnecessary complaints. And for example, with Opticalia, people can have their symptoms of different symptoms of the eyes. Sometimes you go to the physician and start complaining of malaria. Each time you are tested, there is no symptoms of malaria. And in most cases, if there is an experienced physician, they will advise you to go and test your eyes. Whenever you visit a medical clinic or an optical clinic like Opticalia, there you realize that all the headaches you are encountering is due to a corrective problem that can be done with glasses. You understand? With the glasses, not every glasses are compatible with different individuals. You understand? With Opticalia, the professional staff we have there, they will advise the patient professionally, but give you the professional advice that each face can be corresponding with a different style of frame. You understand? With that frame, you will see the parameters that you need to center the lenses so that it can be perfectly suited for the patient. Then that is really important.
True. So you are telling me we should forget about buying our $50 glasses, because I am one of the people that patronize the glass sellers at Westfield all the time.
You know, as I told you, it's a big risk because you haven't done a test, and all the parameters of the prescriptions could also determine with the age. Like in presbyopia, meaning someone that has a deficiency of reading that is due to age. You understand? From the age bracket, when visiting the optometrist, he's the professional that is trained to correct the vision. And every bracket has an addition for a particular patient for their reading. You understand? As I said earlier on, when you visited the side road glasses sellers, you don't have the prescription that you need for him to give you the most suitable collection that you need. So when you are overcorrected, you will be putting on the glasses, but you will continue having headaches because the muscles are overreacting. You understand? The muscles will be overreacting, then you will encounter severe headaches again. So which is very, very uncomfortable for the
So Mary, for people that are watching and they're hearing what you're saying and maybe they have symptoms that you guys have mentioned, how can they find you where? And how can you help first-time incomers?
So for the people watching and you want to check your eyes or you feel like, okay, because of what I have heard today, I want to go check my eye. Probably there's an eye condition that I have that I don't know. We have branches across Gambia. We have in Tropic, that's a Tropic shopping mall at Senegambia. We have in Banjul, we also have a branch in Banjul as well. We have in, next to Vista Bank. We have in Birkama, around the veterinary. We have in Farafenye, around the high school, and also in Basse. So these are our branches around the country.
I've seen the Basse office.
Yes.
Yes, interesting. You know, let's take care of our eyes because eyes are very important. Maybe you can do away with other, you know, organs. You know, maybe you don't have a leg, maybe you don't have a hand, but an eye, where are you going to, I mean, you have to see.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to see. I mean, eyes are very important.
Affect your movement.
Yes.
Because having a clear vision makes you have confidence in your movement. And it's risky being a working class gentleman or a gentle lady. But as I normally say, if we neglect our routine eye exams, it's detrimental to our profession. Because, for example, if someone is suffering from glaucoma and is not detected in the early stage, it normally causes blindness.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We've exhausted this time already. Our guest is already here for the last segment. Thank you, Ajimari and Dauda, for coming on the program.
Yeah, it's a pleasure coming here.
Yeah, so viewers will be right back after the break.
Speed matters, but slow internet can hold you back. Now, the future of connectivity has arrived in the Gambia. QCell's Q-Fiber, ultra-fast, ultra-reliable internet designed for the way you live. Stream your favorite shows without buffering. Power your business with seamless video calls. Study, work, and play online like never before. From homes to businesses, QCell Fiber is connecting the Gambia to the future. QCell's Q-Fiber. Get connected today. Call 145 or 300-3779. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Gambia, are you ready for something big?
From your trusted GSM operator, QCell, your favorite app just got a major upgrade.
From your phone to the world, buy credit, buy Sunu bundle packages, loan credit with eFankanta, and buy Q Power all in one place.
And here's the real upgrade. Q-Money is now fully integrated in the app. Send money, pay bills, save money, so faster and easier than ever.
And for our entertainment lovers, stream QTV, Q Radio Live anytime, anywhere.
But that's not all. This upgrade also brings enhanced security features, smoother performance, and a brand new interface designed to save your time.
This is more than an app.
This is freedom at your fingertips.
Download the new QCell app today and unlock your digital life.
For more information, call our customer care on 111.
QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Bokal si network bu gëna rëy gëna yombale si réewi Gambia bi fii jëfandikool kool bu set internet bu gaaw li yëpp si njëg bu yomba fii si QCell dawal léegi si suñ customer care bu la gëna jege ñu may la QCell line te doo si fay dara QCell network bu gëna rëy te it gëna yombale si réew mi fii QCell suñu bas ñoo xaali yoon bi ñeneen toppa
naine dake network koto mi yalonko wole warta nyimbanko kan adung adabe soniaring wala nyama imuna fang telefono la mi yalonko abe seniaring adung internet wobe tariaring nyindung QCell dorna sinyin nati aleno ibori yela QCell line ota customer care mi suti atima bi QCell network ko mi warta network ko beti adung adabe soniaring QCell sunu boss ndolla nga silo walang dulia bulan noma.
Yo Moussa lan la
boy man dama nek ci ay problème
yan jafe-jafe
sama jabar mo nek hôpital urgent ñu kol ma war ko sen xaliss mais suma démé 10000 bi ma yor bu ma ko dé sen ak liñ may tiaj dafa bari du mat
way yow kana amo kiw ma ni wallet bi
man waxuma la problème mu cash pa wala am awma problème mu cash pa awma problème fu may denc xaliss parce que sama kiw money bi la koy denc mais Orange Money lay sen
mom la lay wax Moussa da ngay déglu nga nanguñ wax la Q Money wallet bu Gambia moo am access lëkkaloo ak Orange Money bu Sénégal da ngay mën a seen sa xaalis lu yomb nga fay lu tuuti te da nga koy seen léegi mu jot ko léegi te nu mu gën a gaawe nag
loolu du dëgg
aha kay da nga koy seen
dama koy envoyé kay
xool
ginnaaw yónnee xaalis bu gaaw bi mbégte dong la ñuy ràññee ci seeni xar kanam Q Money yombalal na leen yónnee xaalis ba Sénégal jaarale ko ci Orange Money gaaw na wóor na te yomb lool ndax charges bi tuuti lay doon da ngay toog fi nga nekk sa xaalis jàll booda jaar ci yoonu kóolute àgg ci lu gaaw ngir say jegeñaale mën a yëg sa teewaay ci seen bor lu mën a nekk la ci benn clic dong ñu séddoo suñu mbégte Q Money doo fay lu seer te doo am stress def leen ni Moussa tànn Q Money.
Welcome back from that break. Now let's move on to the last segment of this program. We are almost at the dying minutes of this morning. We have challenging the status quo in male-dominated field, Maria Emily Jatta, female aircraft fueler. Marie, it's good to have you on QTV this morning. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, and it's good to be here.
Nice. Yeah, so let's talk about what inspired you to venture into a male-dominated field.
To kill the stereotype of only men can do it. Yes, because when I was a little kid, growing up, I saw my sisters, my brothers, and some of my friends venturing into other fields. Then I said to myself, I don't think this is where I'm called. This is not my calling.
Okay.
Yes, I have another thing, like a calling sort of, which is not for me to be a doctor, a lawyer, or other female-dominated fields. So growing up with my sister's then husband, he had a garage where I normally go and sit. And when I first told him that I wanted to do mechanics, he said, mechanics? I was like, why should you tell me that lolo dina komun? This is what I want. I wasn't forced to venture into the field. I was not pressured to do mechanics.
You did it out of your own...
Out of my own passion for mechanical jobs. So when I close school, I normally go to estate, Kanifing Estate, where he had a small garage. Then he was working at Breakwall Joshua.
Breakwall Motors.
Yes. So from Breakwall, he would have a few things works that he couldn't finish at work. So he brought them home. So whenever he was doing those type of jobs, I was there. He would jotali makelebi, give me this, give me that. These were this. And me being the curious type, I always wanted to know.
Okay.
I always wanted to know. So he was like, I said, yes, this is what I want to do. So after my grade 12, when I graduated from St. Joseph Senior Secondary School, I went to GTTI, now USET. That is where I did my course, a 5 years course on automotive engineering.
GTDI.
Yes. So upon finishing that course, I saw an opening with Petrogas, now Star Oil Gambia Limited. So when I wrote my application rather, and then coupled with all my documents that they needed, I went for an interview. I had about 12 men in that interview room. At first, I was really, really panicked. I was really scared. I was like, I hope dinañ ma jël, because I saw other men waiting at the hall there for the same position, which is an aviation operator. So I said, well, let me just shoot my shot and then see whatever the outcome may be, I'll take it. So from there, I went to the interview. I had a lot of men, and everyone in that room, that it was only one woman that was there. So everyone was like, hey, tam nga jëfi jigéen rek ñii duñ ko mun. dañoo ñëw sonal.
Waaw, léegi mu ñëw sëy rek du ñëw ak liggéey.
So my aviation manager, Mafuji, he asked me, are you sure you'll be able to carry a pipe and then run with it to the aircraft to fuel? The pipe is about 2 cm thick. So I was like, yes, I can do it with confidence. Yes, I can do it without even knowing
what you are about.
Yes, but because I felt, I saw in their faces like this feeling of doubt. So I said, no, I have to prove them wrong.
Yeah,
I have to. So, and then being an aviation operator for 8 years, well, it's an amazing journey.
That's an incredible journey.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So what the biggest challenge?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, through this process.
My biggest challenge is the discrimination part, because whenever I remember, like 2 years ago, when I went to the aircraft to do the refueling, so I had this engineer come down to me and said, why do they take women to do this kind of job? I've been to so many countries. Gambia is the only country that I see a female refueler. Yes. And he's not the first one to make that comment. Actually, they will come taking pictures and then ask for your email address, and then they will be asking you questions like, do you really want this job? Is this what you really want? Some will even go further to ask you, what's your pay scale? Why are you doing this? Why are you not in the offices? I am like, the office is not for everyone.
True.
Yeah, so being skilled is the only thing that you're going to die with.
Absolutely.
So being the only female aircraft refueler, how significant?
I'm not the only, because of recent, Oryx Gambia also, they employ 2 female aircraft operators.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So how significant do you think it is for women to just challenge the status quo? And we're talking about challenges, but if there are challenges, there must be rewards as well. What are the most rewarding parts of you doing this job?
I would say the rewarding parts is just the passion. Actually, there is no price tag to it, or there is no, sometimes you feel discouraged because there is no encouragement at all. Sometimes you really, really feel down and say, well, I could have done this instead of this.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I wasn't forced, I wasn't pressured. So this is something that I want.
That
yes, I made that choice for myself. So this is the path that I chose. So obviously I'll have to take it. So it's not a hard thing. It's not science rocket. It's really, really, really easy for women to do it, because I've seen me do things that men cannot actually do. Yeah.
So do you think workplaces are now accepting, women in male-dominated fields like yours?
I would say yes, because there is a lot of improvement now.
Yeah.
Checking at the scale before and now, I would say there is a big difference. Yeah, people are beginning to see women as, okay, this is something that she can actually do, not he can do it. And one thing about me, when we are walking, I don't like men telling me, no, hay togale ni, yow jigen nga, ñun dinañ def liggéey bi, no. I open tanks, go inside, clean them.
Or you enter in the tank?
Yes.
Oh,
I was actually going to ask her that question. What does a typical work day look like for you?
It's normal because you have your quality control. That's the first thing that you do. Because with the type of work that we do, you're dealing with aircrafts and people's lives are at stake.
Yeah.
So you really, really need to be focused on the job. Yeah, because when you come in the morning, you do your quality control checks, check the vehicles, everything. You have to basically do everything. You have a log where you enter everything that you do.
Okay.
Any slight fault that you see, it needs to be documented. Yeah, for safety purpose.
Okay.
Safety is #1 priority. So I've been there for 8 years. So it's a passion. It's something that I don't even know how to describe this feeling. It's amazing.
Interesting, Ma'am Nabu. You can see, you know, how when a man can do it, a woman can do. I think we are all gifted. We are all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, each and every person, you have your own gift.
Yes.
So we should change that narrative of thinking, okay, women cannot do these things. You know, for us, like in the Gambia, we take women as they are very soft. You know, so certain things they cannot venture into.
I think the key thing here is to drop the discriminatory lens where you look at gender in a specific way and just allow people the space to do things that they love. That way they can excel. But even in cases where they do allow women in certain spaces, you're still questioning whether they can do it. So it's...
Yeah. So let's talk about education. You know, you speak very good English. How did education play, you know, in this career you're following?
It played a very vital role in this career because without education, you're dealing with people that are open-minded.
Yeah.
So you being at that one space, like being able to communicate with people is very important in this industry. So education played a very important role in this journey. Yes.
You know, the job you do is also very physically tasking. I think you were mentioning it when you went for that interview.
Yeah.
So how do you manage with it? How do you keep up?
Like I said, it's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah.
So what can employers do to encourage more women to join, I mean, this field?
To create more gender equity in places like this. Because these are male-dominated fields. Because if you see, I think I sent some videos and some pictures with me doing certain types of jobs.
Yeah, I was playing.
We've seen it.
Now.
Okay. So with those kind of tasks, if you don't encourage or give a lady to do it, you would never know her potential.
Yeah, that's true.
You would never know her ability to do that certain work. So it's not about because it's a male-dominated field as they create it to be. Because that is what they put in people's mind. Because I remembered when I told my mom, ne dama buga neka fita. Hey, fila la yala don hare. So as time went by, they saw I had a passion for it. I had the support of my whole family, especially my dad, God rest his soul. My dad would go out and then bring a friend. Kaya sa muta bisa may problem, suma dom bi fitala. Yeah, suma dom bi fitala. So he was even proud before me actually finishing the course.
Wow.
Yeah, my family were my greatest supporter.
That's really beautiful. Having to
Yes.
have a family that supports you in your
And
cause.
being in that male-dominated field for 8 years, I was the only aircraft female refueler. I would work on shift. Because my supervisor would tell me, bul worry, haral boy yi ñom ñu liggéey night. Man ko dédét. Night ak morning la, dama liggéey night ak morning. And I would work the night.
Nice.
Sometimes you'll be working and rain will be falling. You'll be there, you have to work.
And you have to work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what type of message do you have for young girls who are watching you and want to go down the same path that you did?
Let them not be discouraged. Let them not be discouraged by peer influence, family pressure.
Societal expectation.
Yeah, exactly, societal expectation. Because everyone would like to sit and say, hey, suma dom bi graduate na lawyer la. Suma dom bi doctorate degree la am.
You see, I keep telling people, we've graduated a lot of lawyers here. What are they doing?
What are they doing? Exactly. That's the $1 million question.
Now, in fact, now we have a lot of lawyers selling on TikTok.
Yeah.
Business. At the end of the time,
everybody wants to be a cook.
Business like
everybody wants to be a business lady. I am an entrepreneur, yes.
Yeah, so you can see how, we should focus on things that will move our nation than just graduating
and
lawyers.
It is only skilled work that is going to develop our country.
Absolutely. So wherever you go, you will fit. Wherever you go,
thank you. So girls and ladies who want to venture into male-dominated fields, I want that to be removed, actually. Because the moment you say, the name describes it, the moment you say, this is a male-dominated field, women feel set back or, how to call it? They feel set back or
they don't.
They're not encouraged at all. They feel like, okay, liggéeyu góor lañ. Liggéeyu góor lañ wax. Imagine us that time when we closed from GTTI, going home, then you know when yen wàcca raxasu waaw ñoo tey wàcca raxasu, we get our hands dirty. But at the end of the day,
Mom Nabu, buma demee Istanbul, maa ngi taxaw si train station bi, xam nga lan laa gis? Train bi bu mu ñëwee, jànxa bu ndaw moo nekkoon di dawal train bi. I was surprised. Ma laajte suma bopp, ma ne ko xanaa ñi jigéen yaa de, mu ne jigéen ñi ñoo dee dawal train fii.
I could remember when I first drove our truck to the aircraft, someone stopped me and said, xanaa da nga jànga dawal truck bala nga fee ñëw. I've never driven a truck. Yes, I had my license before I went to the airport. I was driving a car, but never a truck. So when this truck came, and then we were all there, so my boss say, okay, yow mom da nga harangum fi be 6 months bala nga ko dawal. I said, okay. You know what I did? When the flight came, I took the truck, went to the flight, do the refueling, and came back. My boss was like, you danga digger fit. Man, yes, digger fit moy tam ma tok fi nak.
Wow, digger.
Because that's part of it. Like, you need to be mentally strong. Because some of the passing comments that people do make,
I'm telling you,
the fly they affect
there are people that got the talent. Why dafa am yena wax yo len de
Thank you. I've seen a lady in 2018 when I went to Nigeria, and this lady came to me and said, honestly, I want to study mechanical. Because we were there, they sent us, it was 2 of us that represented the Gambia. So we were there when I gave my speech and then my story, and then everybody was happy. And then I had a group of young girls who came up to me and say, we need the courage that you have, your strength, because this is what we want to do. So the other said, I even gained admission at the university. But when I went to apply, I didn't see any female there. So when I went back and told my family, they said, this is not for you.
It's not a female-dominated area.
Why?
So we have exhausted this time Maria Emily Jatta. Thank you very much for inspiring our young girls. I know You know, some of them might be watching and they've learned a lot from you. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Viewers, our weekend starts today. Until then, see you next week. Bye-bye.